Shanti. Constantly experience an unshakable, immovable, and constant stage. Perfection. In order to create a constant and stable stage, while seeing everything, don't see anything except the one. None of the things that you see are going to remain. Therefore, you will only be able to remain constant and stable when you don't have any questions of why or what. When you see any scenes, this is the reason for having the upheaval of wasteful thoughts. Only after this question of why has ended will perfection come. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avikti Parivar. Today's day 18. Constantly experience an unshakable, immovable, and constant stage. Today's topic perfection. Point for self respect. Detached observer. Sakshi Drishta. What am I doing right now? I am watching the play. The world acts. I watch. Even my body is an actor in this play. The soul is seated, observing, accepting. Practices. Step 1. I am a detached observer. I watch the play seated on my own seat. Step 2. Baba is my companion, loving to the Father, detached from everything else. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Everyone is okay, happy. Jagdish Bhai has such beautiful point that action itself is a reward. And I remember that once we were doing a project, and Dadi Janki had always commitment with us that in the afternoon, 1 hour, she will do meditation, yoga, for us, for giving us strength, success, and success of the project. So we used to go and say, Dadi, will it be successful? She said, it's already successful. Once you are doing itself is the success, not the result of that. So after that, I still remember, when we are doing, uh, let's say you work hard, you help doing it. So we have to continue, keep our enthusiasm, and automatically others will also feel inspired. And a story, very short one, stayed with me all the time in my life. That once there was a fire, a lot of fire in the jungle. No, because forest always dry and so everything was burning. So there was this little sparrow. She said, I have to extinguish this fire. So there was a little bit water. A pond was somewhere. So she will bring little few drops of water and keep putting on the fire. So all other birds, animals, they were joking at her. You think that your drops of water is going to extinguish this big fire? She didn't say anything. She continued. And after a little while, there was heavy rain. And when there was rain, then fire was extinguished. So it was not necessarily her drop of water extinguished the fire, but a good action creates some kind of energy. It's like even the elements will, feel provoked, like, respond to what you're doing in many, many different ways. So you have to believe in good nature, goodness, good action, because it has such a power that even at that time, as if you are tolerating, you are facing, little difficulties could be felt, but actually lot is happening. And I always like that how, Baba also said that you come one step forward and Baba will come 100 or 1,000. So all different ways, whether it is Baba, whether it is elements, whether it is all other souls, because everything has some kind of energy which, pulls goodness. So if your action, your thoughts are good, your words are good, your actions are good, then there is lot of cooperation which happens and tasks get accomplished. So because people do ask, do you think that your vibrations of peace will bring peace in the world? I always say it's the God who has to bring peace in the world, but we are. No, Baba said it morely, I cannot do anything alone. I have to do with children. And we also say, Baba is with us. That's why we're doing it. Because we would never think peace in the world. Why we have to think about peace in the world. But now, anytime we have few minutes, whether we call it giving light and might, whether we call it good wishes, or somewhere or other, we are kind of helping for the transformation. Or in other words, dropping little water, drops of water, to extinguish this whole fire in the world. So I think again we have to believe it, and belief is a great power. Once you believe it, you will be able to do it. But then again, Jagdish Bhai said, don't look for uh, the result, but think every good action is a reward in itself. Because you are able to do it. That's the whole thing. Anything, whether through body, through wealth, through mind, you are able to do. That's your fortune. Not when you do it, what you get will be your fortune, but that will be another. Able to do is a fortune, and receiving what you receive is that seed of fortune, brings a lot of fortune. I think your heart has to believe it. And then you say naturally, you will be able to do charitable, benevolent acts of kindness, of love. So Baba is saying that what is important is perfection. I remember that many stories of Brahma Baba. So perfection sometimes, you see something and they say, oh, it's perfect. Nothing is lacking now, it's done properly. But Baba used to like what we call accurate. And accuracy, again, like we said, drama is accurate. So it's perfect. Same with everything. Mhm. Whatever we had to do, Baba always wanted it to be done in an accurate whether it's cutting the pieces of toli, whether it is serving food, taste of the food, everything should be perfect, should be accurate. So Baba says, in order to create a constant and stable stage, while Baba saying, seeing everything, Baba says, don't see anything. Baba said, except the one. Only always see that how it is perfect. None of the things, Baba says, that you see, none of the things what you see going to remain. So if we have that, I think our thinking will be completely different. That you will not see it one day. So Baba said, therefore, you only will be able to remain constant and stable when you don't have any question of why or what. So we have to just whatever we have, goodbye, right? Have it, it's okay, but you might not see it again. That should also be okay. Right? So, what kind of attitude we have to maintain so that we don't have question of, I didn't know that it will happen. It's very interesting that why or what. So Baba says, when you see anything, any scenes, this is the reason for having the upheaval of wasteful thoughts. Only after this question of why has ended, the perfection will come. So we should experiment, right? When the question of why will finish. Why this one did it, why this happened, why for yourself, others' drama. There's always some question or other. But really, to be very positive and not have question why, then see the result is perfection. Not only perfection, but lot of blessings from all the angels of the world. So don't see whatever you are seeing, you will not see, right? So we keep something and we say goodbye. If I see you, it's okay. If I don't see you. It's a very, very subtle point. We all have to reflect on that and practice and see what is our experience. Om Shanti. Hmm.
Om Shanti.
Shanti. Om Shanti, sister.
Loving greetings to you as well as to Avyakti Parvar. I have something here for you.
Yeah, I now always get flowers.
The reason I brought this one is
Quite a good one.
it's fully blossomed.
Yeah.
So whenever I
Every
look at it,
every petal has opened, right?
yeah. So
Beautiful.
whenever I look at it, I feel this is what Baba wants us to become now. It's fully blossomed. So this is a gift for the whole Avyakti Parivar family as well. This is how Baba's seeing you, fully blossomed. So, I had a question about both how you summarize the events of the world, and I know there was recently this, just yesterday, a conversation with you and Janti Ben as well, which we got to hear about the conditions of the world. And then today, the signal is perfection. And it was reminding me a little bit of Avik Murli this morning as well, where Baba is inviting us, encouraging us to overcome anger. And
Mm,
so rather than thinking about anger, I was thinking about the opposite, which was love. When you talk about perfection, sometimes some souls get very nervous. And then today you added accuracy, which could make them more nervous, feel pressure with this word. And then the events of the world can make them even feel more anxious. And yet, Baba was saying, don't let time be your teacher, that these should not, these kinds of feelings, anxiety, pressure, should not be what is driving me. I want love to drive me. So I just wanted to ask you about this idea of time not being my teacher, but just this love that whether there is a war or not a war, I love what Baba has me doing and I would do it anyway. How much do you think this energy of love needs to be pulling us along?
mm. For everything in life, what blossoms and nurtures is love,
Mm,
even up to plants, no? Look at plant. When you are watering plant, do it with love, and then you will see how it, flowers which come out. Anything you touch with love, do with love. It's just not question of only love for people, but for everything, do it with love. So love should be a natural quality of your heart, not forcefully I'm doing it. I'm irritated and doing it. I do it because I have to do it, not with love. So whatever one does, I think we should do with a lot of love. And when a lot of people, when they go to Madhuban, and in Madhuban every day in Shantivan, they cook food for 9,000 minimum, without all those who come for as visitors. And but it's very tasty. So some people ask, many come and they say, how come, what do you all put that food is so tasty?
mm,
And so that brother says, well, you can also do it, and that's our love. Love for Baba. We're not cooking for you. We're not cooking for people. We cook for Baba. Say Baba's yagya, so I have to cook. And there are some had been cooking for 30 years, 35 years. So I asked them, don't you really ever feel that? She said, no. Rather, every time we feel, can we make something different? Can we make something, like they keep making something. Especially these days, they have breakfast, which is very healthy. They have millet khichdi in the evening. Everyone just eat millet khichdi. So they are very health conscious too. And so I think that is definitely is the love. Not only nurture us, but make things happen. And when you
mm.
do with love, then others also, when they eat with love, then they put in Baba's box too with love, right? They feel, why not?
Yes,
So
I just
yes,
feel, sorry.
love is the main virtue, yeah.
Yeah, I just feel that there's more and more fear in the world, and yet not to be driven by this energy of fear, but love. And when you were speaking, I was also about, this preparations, this beautiful activity in Madhuban, the idea of being tireless as well. These souls sound absolutely tireless. And when someone's running a long race, like a marathon, um, to keep going. And Bubba's actually asking us to accelerate at this point, to fly. Is love also giving us that capacity to be tireless, to expand? What is going to, because souls, I don't know, they might be feeling a little bit tired, whereas I feel we need so much enthusiasm at this point. What is the energy behind tireless?
I think that, uh, doing something which is a kind of good action.
Mm,
And, the energy which you receive from that is not
mm,
enthusiasm and tirelessness. But I also say that we have two things. One is spiritual, other is karma yoga, and we do both. So if you are making spiritual efforts while doing karma yoga, then
mm,
you are becoming angel, right? And I always say because we are becoming angels, so we are also tireless, right? But
mm,
if our attention is always in the physical and not on spiritual journey, then definitely tiredness come. So, but Baba also says it's important to pay attention to your diet, to
mm,
your rest also, and do it everything in such a balance that you can't be tired. You shouldn't be tired. As soon as I always say, when you are tired, take rest.
mm,
So tiredness is really internal. I'm surprised too that how from 3:30 in the morning until 9:30 night, Bandara keep going on. You get the tea at 3:30, then you get milk, hot milk before you go to bed at 9:30. So it's amazing energy.
mm.
I
Beautiful.
was, I come to know now, when they have to buy grains, the brother who has to buy vegetables and fruits and milk every day. So he has a lot of trucks. 12:30, the trucks will go to farms to get fresh vegetable, to get milk and butter and all that. And he does it very nicely. He said he was 14-year-old when he came with his parents or uncle. And Dadi Prakash Mani said, just stay here. And he said, I stayed. He belongs to quite a wealthy family. His grandfather also left those two houses he and his partner lives. And so I said, since 14 years of age you had been doing this. He said, I enjoy. So
Mm.
amazing examples. Amazing examples in Shantivan. I
Yeah.
really appreciate. I said it's easy to just sit on table, eat, and come back, but no, people who have to buy food, they have to cook food, some have to serve food, and we eat, right? So that is why we also, there are many, many, they cut vegetables in the morning, roll chapati, do some karma yoga. So it's interesting.
Mm. So also feels like that love and tirelessness, but also I enjoyed how you mentioned accuracy with perfection, and I liked how you're speaking about accuracy in terms of self-care as well, the balance of the physical as well as spiritual. Um, when you were talking about this balance of spiritual endeavor and karma yoga, it reminded me a little bit of when the question was posed to you and Jayanti Ben about solitude. And I found it very interesting. I feel that both of you are excellent at, at maintaining your inner states, your stage, your inner world. And they used to speak about Brahma Baba being the image of Tapasya as he walked and moved around. So for me, I'm just curious when we talk about solitude, I don't know if we're all talking about the same thing because it feels like it could be something that could be integrated into activity. It's not just going off into a quiet place somewhere and sitting alone, is it possible to have that spiritual integrity, that solitude, while I'm performing activity and interacting?
Yeah, it could be always thinking of Baba, who is
Mm,
Karan Karavanha,
mm,
and it is my fortune that I get to do it. Many,
mm,
many such awareness
mm,
of while I'm doing actions can definitely, it's like you're making spiritual awareness with while doing actions. So it's integrated, and also, uh, you know, it's like you are receiving something internally also, not only doing it, but while doing, you feel power, you feel connection with Baba, you feel blessings from everyone, like you experience something all the time, and then you are able to continue to do it constantly. I remember that once I had to meet about 22 teachers, no, personally. And after meeting 11, 12, I was tired. And I said, I need break. So I went in the room. And then I said, why am I tired? Then what I felt that because I have expectation that you were told last year this, so you must have done, or what have you done? Is there change? So I said, I'm just going to be detached and do it. I got up, went and started doing again. And there was no tiredness.
mm,
And since I realized that this whole thing of expectations from each other, expectations from the task, and if it is not fulfilled, then there is some kind of disappointment. And that's your tiredness, right? But if you are happy, they are doing it whatever best they could do and not have expectation. And that's the attitude I learned from that. If you want to continue doing it without being tired, don't expect anything.
As you were sharing again, I was thinking about this overcoming anger, and not to say it at all that you had come into anger, not at all, but I feel it has such a spectrum. And, expectations not meant, disappointment, frustration, irritation, all of these shades, and that this anger can probably drain me. At the current time, one of the things I know, because Baba said waste thoughts are the
So,
seed of anger, and it's in the signal on perfection as well. In the current times, one thing that seems to come up a lot, and I wonder if it's one of these shades of anger or draining my energy, is kind of this righteousness that is not right. Why is that happening? It's not fair. It's not right. This sort of unfairness feeling. Is that also coming a little bit into at least an energy that's draining me and shaking my stage? If not outright anger, just draining me.
but now for us, because, whatever is happening in the world,
Mm,
and it's really, really, I must say, exactly not right and shouldn't happen. But then on other side, Baba has told us that when there are vices, when they become extreme, then they will destroy each other. I mean, just imagine the kind of missiles they have created,
mhm,
and submarines in water, everywhere they have bombs, everywhere they have bombs. I mean, they have created kind of destruction for themselves, right? And even the ships, so now the war is in the water. It was on the space and then is now water. So I think that, yeah, we know that Baba has said, yesterday I was thinking once Baba said all five elements will create calamities at the same time. But then on other side, Baba said, if ocean doesn't, all these bombs, they are poison, right? So how will elements be pure? The air, water. So something will happen in such a way that everything just recycled and get completely merged so that from where the sweet water of Jamna river and everything will emerge is when five elements will kind of wash everything, clean everything, filter everything. So it's both ways. When you think of, remember about what Baba had said. So for us, there is no anger, no frustration, but rather we are introverted, peaceful, and take power from Baba and spread these vibrations as much we can.
Beautiful. I just have one last question for you because you used a word today that is one of my favorite words, and rarely, rarely do I hear it being said. So, in this birth, I was born in a hospital that was run by the Salvation Army, and it was called the Grace Hospital. And then I was put into ballet, which is all about being graceful. So I love this word, grace. Rarely do I
Mm.
hear it brought up, but this idea of God's grace. Can you just speak a little bit about this beautiful word, grace, with respect to Baba?
What do you think?
There are
Why
times,
you
I will
like?
share my experience. There are times when I feel either Baba pulls me or Baba's so present, but it doesn't feel like it's anything to do with my effort. Nothing. And it just feels like at that moment, it's God's grace. I actually will say to myself, Baba, this is your grace. And if I can get enough, then I'll be full of that grace and become graceful. So, but it really feels like it's beyond anything I'm doing.
That's what I said, that
Mm,
His blessings, His graces on everyone. But
mm,
if I use that grace, if I appreciate that grace, and see what can I do in that grace, and
mm,
whatever you do, you get more blessings, more grace. So that's what I started in my Hindi
mm.
uh, version, right? So yeah, it's great. Everything is great. You are great. I am great. Everyone is great.
Fantastic.
Mm.
That is a beautiful way to conclude. Great
Yeah.
and grace. Thank you so much, Didi.
Okay. Om Shanti. Good
Om
night.
Shanti.